Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of VBN Sports Update. I'm your host, Harman Ojala. Coming up today, we have lots of goodies in store for you guys. We have an interview with Ian Parks, head coach of the U8 Chilliwack Giants Minor Football Association. And we have the UFV Cascade men's soccer team making a splash this week. With that and so much more coming up is your VBN Sports Update, brought to you by the Chilliwack Giants Minor Football Association. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to VBN Sports, your Chilliwack Giants update. I'm your host again, Harman Ojala, alongside.
Yes, nice to meet you there, Harman. Just met a couple minutes ago. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Thank you again for coming in. And so we're excited to know more about the Chilliwack Giants Association and your role, and what have you done for them?
Well, a couple of years ago, I came on as the flag manager for the Chilliwack Giants organization. I was excited to see it. Being relatively new to Chilliwack, I knew that Chilliwack Giants had a good program. And on a personal note, I've got 3 young boys coming up through the program, as well as my daughter's doing cheerleading for it as well. So I wanted to make it bigger and better and help develop the young players moving up in Chilliwack.
That's a great reason to start, especially when you got a little bit of a personal attachment there. It definitely motivates you and wants you to make the program the best it can be. What kind of changes have you seen happen, progression, so to say, in the time you've been here?
Well, thanks for asking. I think it's important to note that Chilliwack Giants flag program is double the size of any of the other programs here in the Fraser Valley. So with that, we had collaborated with the other associations, and we've implemented a couple rule changes to develop the young quarterbacks and young receivers with the CFL rules that we've got. So we took the Canadian flag rules and we just added a couple different things to make it a little bit better for that age group.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of that age bracket, especially as you really want to work on developing those fundamental skills that are going to help them later on down the road. So what kind of changes have you guys made to help them out?
Well, first, through the Red Zone Academy, we have identified some coaching clinics to make sure that we have a good core group of coaches moving up through the system. And second, some minor rule changes. For instance, in the under 8 flag program, so 5, 6, 7-year-olds, we've implemented a 5-yard neutral zone, just so that we can allow for passing, receiving, and allow to progress the ball just instead of running left, running right. And the kids have really eaten it up. Now they're passing and catching, and they want to be quarterbacks. And, we're really developing those quarterbacks for the next couple of years.
That's huge, especially in that age bracket, is you really want them to work on those skills that are going to help them later on down the road. And the key there was the kids are loving it. And when they're having fun, they're enjoying it, that's where the passion for the sport really starts. Today
we had our flag tournament. It was a year-end tournament for everybody in the Fraser Valley. One of the biggest tournaments that I'm aware of for that age group in BC at this time of year. And so we had 12 teams today. The yelling and the cheering and the screaming that came from the kids from running down the field, getting touchdowns. And, it's really invigorating and inspiring to see. And then the feedback that we get from the parents. Lots of feedback, lots of positive feedback saying our association and the kids are just doing so well. It's exciting to hear.
Mm-hmm. And do we see lots of these players go on and have success? Do they play further?
Yeah, absolutely. With the junior program here, really benefits from our community ball. And lots of these players will go on. And, we actually focus on being good people, better people. They go on to university and colleges and play later on as well. But more importantly, we teach them the fundamentals of sportsmanship at this age. And, like I said, it's inspiring to see these kids do so well.
That's the whole point of it, is to really build a foundation for them that they can use to build off of for the rest of their careers if they choose to pursue it. And maybe if they don't, then this is a chance for them to find out what they're into.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one of the things that we've done in the last 2 years, as well as some of the rule changes, is we've almost doubled in size. Wow. We're one of the more inexpensive, sports out there. we actually lower our prices to engage and bring the kids in, and the parents love it. And the association, Chilliwack Giants Minor Football Association, does so well. They, I don't know if you're aware of the online, all of the videos for all of the games get online. They get DVDs after the game, little mementos that they get for, later on in life. I got one just from my son, from last week's game in tackle, actually. And I'm going to clip that out, and I'm going to play it at his wedding, I'm sure.
Oh, that's a good memory for sure. Those videos brought to you by VBN Sports, of course. And thank you, Ian, for being here today, giving us a lot of great insight on the Chilliwack Giants program. For coming up next, we got some UFV Cascades information, some news. They're making big splashes, those men's soccer team. Stay tuned with VBN Sports. We'll be back after these messages.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back to your VBN Sports Update. You guys just heard from Ian Parks telling us a little bit about the Chilliwack Giants Minor Football Association and all they've been doing. I'm your host again, Harman Ojala, bringing you news from the UFV Cascades Soccer. Huge news coming out of the Cascades Soccer team this week. They've clinched their very first postseason berth since they joined the Pacific Division of Canada West 8 years ago. Playoffs will go from Thursday, October 31st, Halloween night, till November the 3rd, and the UFV Cascades play the second place team from the Prairie Division. That's going to be a daunting task for sure. The tournament is hosted by UBC at the Thunderbird Arena. The ladies, on the other hand, by the Cascades, were not as lucky. They faced the second-seeded Alberta Pandas, and they lost by a score of 2-1. The ladies played a very strong game. UFV held their own in the first half, but the game seemed to slip away from them as the Pandas' defense and structure was just a little too strong. Tristan Corneal of Surrey, BC was named the UFV's player of the game. Her excellent play creating, scoring chances, and shutting down the opponent's defense was monumental for the Cascades game. And we'll hope to see her back next year. That's all we've got for you this week, ladies and gentlemen, for this week's edition of VBN Sports Update. Until next time, I'm Harman Ojala, and we'll see you next week.